A time comes in every man or woman's life when they say, I'm putting on my big boy or big girl underpants, and I'm going to put 20% down payment on that next real estate piece of property. You got $30,000 and you want to know, how do I invest that intelligently in the game of real estate? Listen, if you subscribe to my channel, I'm going to share with you how to buy real estate with no money and no credit. And I'm also going to share with you how to place $10 million. But today is in service of those of you that have maybe a little bit of money in a 401k or an IRA or home equity, and you're saying, all right, I can scrape together 30 grand. How would you invest $30,000, Chris, with everything you know from 4,000 projects?
'Cause we're gonna be legends. What we're doing here ain't just scary. It's about to be legendary.
If you have $30,000, how should you invest that in real estate? You have some options, right? I mean, you could try to put it into apartment complex, but you probably need hundreds of thousands of dollars to do that. You could throw it into like tax deeds and tax liens. But at the end of the day, where I believe you're going to get your biggest bang for buck is doing one of two things. The first option is to do some real estate in your backyard. And I would recommend doing single family, which means kind of an entry-level starter home. And I want you to buy it underneath the median. So in your area, you're looking to go far enough out into suburbia that you can start finding good deals on homes under $200,000. The reason why I do that is to insulate you from markets when they go up and down. And trust me, a time will come when you're going to say, thank you, Chris, you saved my bacon. I could have lost everything if I had started buying $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 homes or $1 million homes. I want you to start entry-level, single family. And if you're doing this hands-on as one of the two methodologies, then I recommend my lease option program. That's where you buy a home, but instead of renting it, I'm going to show you how to earn more than twice as much money by actually doing a lease option. And for you to make that happen, at the end of the day, it's actually quite simple. All you have to do is pick up a copy of my book. It's free. It's in the link below. This book is a manual on how to do a lease option to earn 200% over what you would do on a typical rental. And I'm just going to tell you right now, it's awesome. But that's the secret. Single family, under 200,000, do a lease option, and that should have you earning at least 20% annual ROIs, which is always the minimum goal for me in the game of real estate. Option number two, if you have $30,000, is to say, hey, Chris, what if I don't want to be hands-on, read a book, and then like go into my backyard? For some of you, it's too cumbersome. You've got a career that's demanding or a family that's demanding, and that doesn't work for you. So option number two for you to consider looks actually quite a bit different. What would it look like for you if you actually had the opportunity of having a team step in and do it all for you? Imagine a fully turnkey system where instead of your backyard, out of 324 markets that make up the United States, you go into the very best markets. For example, what I'm doing in Florida, Indianapolis, Memphis, I've got the best growth markets, the best cash flow markets, and I'm basically averaging over 25% annual ROI doing strategic investment grade rentals in those two markets. So what's cool about both these strategies is, do you like to be hands-on with your $30,000 and do that? Or do you want a team of experts to come in and put in 324 hours into the deal and do it all for you? Those are pretty much your two options. And those are the best strategies that I know of for being able to take $30,000 and to appropriately invest it in the market. When I bought my very first house, I did it all hands-on. And when I bought my next 25 homes, I was totally hands-on. But after 25, I have to tell you, I got sick and tired of going to Home Depot. I got sick and tired of managing rehabbing people. I got sick and tired of taking this wall down and re-drywalling. And at the end of the day, it just became too much. And so I had to challenge a philosophy. My father raised me saying, if you want something done right, son, you got to do it yourself. And I challenged it and I said, I wonder if the opposite is even more true. What if to truly have something done right, you shouldn't do it yourself? What if you should have an expert do it? And so from that time forward, I tested a different strategy. If you want something done right, don't do it yourself, hire an expert. And that's more of the hands-off model. That is frankly why I'm able to buy a home every single day, and it takes me a matter of minutes to make sure it's done correctly, responsibly, because I've got an amazing team. So you have to ask yourself whether you want to be hands-on or whether you want leverage in your life. And you know which one is more important for you. In the links below, you're going to have a couple of options. One is you got an option to actually get a copy of my book and learn the manual for how to do real estate yourself. The other option is for you to talk to a member of my team and say, hey, if I had $30,000 and Chris's team was available with some extra deals with 25% plus annual ROI, how do I get my hands on those And you'll learn both of that in the link below. Thanks for watching today's video. Make sure that you are a subscriber, and tomorrow I got another video coming your way.